What up, YouTubers? This is a bit embarrassing. I need a haircut, so you just have to excuse the image. And as far as the mask's concerned, I'll get into that in a minute. Is this Judgment Day? Well, Judgment Day is certainly not just today. You know, the 5th of March, is it? 3rd of March, something like that. Or it wasn't yesterday. However, I believe that when Haile Selassie was crowned, and I think it was 1930, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, and 70 delegates turned up from different countries and different provinces and so on and so forth, to be there at his coronation. He was given a scepter, I believe a gold scepter, which was stolen from Africa when England was colonizing the world. It was stolen from Africa, and I think he was given a golden crown that was also stolen from Africa, that was part of the so-called crown jewels. Now he, more or less, if you read his writings, and I need to read some more, but I know enough to know that he more or less pronounced judgment on the world. Now you can believe that he was just a man, and he was just an emperor of Ethiopia in 1930, but there's also the spiritual side of it. That's just the material side of it. I mean, although apart from the fact that he was he sprang out of his birth blood was from the line of David, that's the royal line of David, the same bloodline that Christ was born into. Now, if you believe in Christ, then you must believe that he was a man. He had to be a man, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to die. Only a man can die. Only a human can die. So, a lot of Christians have got it twisted about Jesus' return, the being caught up in the air, in this so-called rapture that doesn't exist, and meeting the Lord in the air. That's not right. He came, I believe, in the body of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the First, Rastafari, the Emperor of Ethiopia, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Jah Rastafari. All obeisances and respects to that man, because he is the Kalki of Hinduism, and he is the Christ of Christianity in these last times. Now, if you think that Judgment Day may be started around the time that His Majesty pronounced judgment on the world, and when I say that he pronounced judgment on the world, for those of you that don't know your history, in 1930 and between 1930 and 1940, Italy was under a fascist dictator called Mussolini, who was an absolute asshole of a man, and they were invading Ethiopia. They wanted Ethiopia for whatever, the gold, the diamonds, I don't know, whatever they wanted it for, but they wanted Ethiopia. And the Ethiopians fought back on horseback with spears, and they managed to drive the Italians back. Haile Selassie himself flew to America, went into the League of Nations to ask for help, got whistled down into silence by the Italians who were there at the League of Nations. How about that? Yes, supposedly League of Nations, and this man got whistled down. Why? Because he was black? Because he was Ethiopian? And mainly because the Italians wanted Ethiopia. But he fought back, but he was turned down. And he said, quote, "For your judgment today, my country and my people are suffering. Tomorrow it will be you." Look what we've got today. Lo and behold, Italy's on lockdown. Well, I'm sorry, but I've got a feeling that the ancestors pay for the forefathers' sins. And that's an unfortunate thing, but that's how the judgment goes. You can't argue with God's judgment. It's non-negotiable, you know. There's no getting around it. You've got to take it head on. And if you make it through, then, you know, God be with you and Godspeed. But if you don't, then there's a good reason for that. Now, I was thinking about this coronavirus and the fact that maybe with, you know, these masks going out of sale on the internet, and people are being fear-mongered and stuff like that. Nevertheless, it is a risk, and there's a really good YouTube video to watch. It's called "Journalist Goes Undercover in Wet Markets." That's all you need to type in, and it should be the top one. Be the top one of those videos, right? Now, these wet markets, God doesn't like it when you treat animals like that. I mean, the Hindus believe that Krishna, for people that kill cows, they have to come back for as many cows on as many hairs on the cow's back, as many hairs on the cow there is that they killed. They have to come back that many times as a cow to be killed. Now, I don't know about that, but what I do know is you treat livestock like that. You put them in stressful situations, you slaughter them, they're watching from